you have too much knee flex and you sit back, and a lot of people do this. When you sit back, what happens is your brain says, I got too much weight on my heels, I need to balance my weight out. So what happens during the swing is you start moving forward. So I'm gonna tell you that early extension in biomechanics is just moving up forward. And you don't actually lift up. That's what's interesting. You can move your pelvis forward and not stand up. You stand up on the backswing, but the net effect is you don't really stand up. You move forward. So that's something you can work on. Now, I wouldn't think about it on the course because you can't think about your body and think about where the club's face is at impact. But I'll show you how you can fix that. You got to start with your weight forward, and you got to feel like you're loading back into your heels on the backswing. Now, this is just practice stuff. You're not doing this on the course. But you got to, in practice, stand and hit some balls. You put a alignment stick right here, and you put your weight forward, and then you rock back and try to get your weight, sit back on your heel a little bit. Essentially, yeah. Because maintaining that position is an element to hitting it consistently that most tour players have. And like I said, I don't really think that most people, now you're pretty fit, so you can probably do just about anything. But you see how his right hip goes back here and stays back there. So some of that has to do with your right hip. Your pelvis, you got to, this is called internal rotation. So when you turn this way and when you turn this way, and you can straighten this leg and push back, and you can get in this position. That's the first step. I want you to practice the movement pattern without a ball, without a club. Just practice the feel of it. You see how you stand up and push your hips forward. See, what I want you to do is, right, watch this guy. Now, that's the only technical thing I'm going to tell you because everything else is fine. You see where he is? Now watch what you're doing. So that's going to be inconsistent in terms of ball contact and direction.
Yeah, I just think that's the pain when I come back there and load into it. It hurts like crazy, but we got to get over it.
Well, no, I mean, you're going to have to play with, you're going to have to see. We don't know. We don't know what you're capable of because you don't know what you don't know.
So, load it back here, then you have to really, I have to teach my body once I'm here to really move this way or I'll be
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, I don't want you to think that much. Here's what I want you to try to do for me. And we're going to do this right now. I'm going to ask you to take a backswing, try to sit into your right heel, push your rear end back, and then hit a ball maybe 50 yards with a wedge. And we're just going to see, in relationship to that line, what you do. But your homework is to stand and practice getting the right, I call it deep. So your right hip is deeper, pushing this back, and then don't worry about the downswing. Just worry about the backswing. Your brain can't process two things in 0.3 seconds. It doesn't work that. You can't do it. It's not. Nobody's brain can do that. So from here to here is 0.3 seconds. You're just working on that backswing. Well, don't think about keeping it back. Just try to get it back on the backswing. It'll be hard enough to do just one thing. Don't try to do two things. And by the way, if you do that, you may or may not hit it good. I don't know. It's different with everybody.